Thank you very much for having me. My name is Mindahi Bastida from the Otomi Toltec peoples from central Mexico, and it's an honor to be tonight with you. Honoring lineage and the interconnection among original peoples is just about to remember that we are one humanity in this concept of life. We have many colors, like the rainbow, and if a color is lacking, there is no rainbow. So we need to honor every single color. In that, there is a process of unification again, and this process of unification talks about, first of all, remembering that we are not alone. Remembering that we are here because of our ancestors. And that's beautiful, because we are the synthesis of all history that has accompanied this humanity. And because we are here sharing this time and space, we are also sharing the problems that we are facing, but also the solutions that we are creating together. And this is a beautiful time and space to begin with, because when you don't acknowledge your lineage, then you don't know even where you come from. And we wouldn't know where we are leading, where we are going to go. And that's in between is when we are aware that we are living in this time, this precise time and space. And that's the most beautiful thing. Because if we think just in the past, we cannot vision the future. And we cannot vision the future if we are not living this time and space. So we need to put together our efforts to honor the past and also honor the future, but living in this time as precious as it is. Where we are born in an ecosystem, in a region, in a territory full of symbols, full of mountains or the sea, by the beach, by the river. And they are the ones who also give us this place in the world, this personality. Humanity is not just matter, but it's also the thinking, it's also the interrelationship with the Great Spirit and the spirit world. Once again, to get reconnected with the mystery of life. Even beyond that, our neighbors, our family, our communities, our nations, they also give us these layers of identity. And if we are in connection, in sacred connection, then we can regain dignity. Not just the individual dignity, the collective dignity. Because we are all transcending, all of us, we are transcending in one way or in another one. We are becoming ancestors. And we are the future as well, in that sense. So the past and the future comes together to be the present. And that's mystery. And in living in mystery is beyond rationality. We don't have to understand everything. When we talk about lineages, they are intertwined, because we don't come just from one lineage, but there's a braiding of lineages. And that's what gives us so much interconnection in this human condition. And that's very beautiful, because we can access not just to the respect for the other, but for the responsibility to live in peace, in dignity, in transcendence. So then we can achieve once again this humanity in the concept of life, to live in peace, in self-determination, in love, but also in reciprocity. You give back, not just to other humans, but to other entities, other beings that gives you life, then you live in harmony, you live in deep respect, in reciprocity, and in responsibility for the care of life. We live in a world that is very complex and difficult, because the kind of life that we are now facing, there's a lot of disharmony. So that's why the world is suffering. Mother Earth is crying, Father Sky is crying. Many original nations and peoples, many communities, many families are suffering because of climate change. But the most affected ones are the frontline communities, because we are suffering not just from climate change, but we have been suffering because of colonization, the taking over instead of taking care. And this has caused a lot of problems, not just among humans, but among other species, other entities, other beings in this world. The big ice is melting. We are also melting. We are going to continue doing what we have been doing for millennia and centuries: the care of life, giving respect to life. And that's what we are bringing to open and raise consciousness among human beings, among humanity, that we need and must behave and live in respect. How can we achieve justice if we don't acknowledge each other? If we are not seeing each other, if we don't talk each other, if we don't come together, and in this unity we can solve the problems. We have enough intelligence, enough capacities, we have enough technologies to change this problem to a solution. This solution should come not just as a way to solve the human problem, but Mother Earth's problem, Father Sky's problem. It's not just our problem, it's our problem. So it means that when we mention that there's no climate restoration, it's because there is no climate justice, and the other way around. There is not climate justice without climate restoration. And we are now in this time and space to reclaim our place in the world. And to reclaim our place in the world is that we need to come together to really honor life. Because this is the time for regeneration, restoration, reconnection. So we can live beautifully, feel beautifully, act beautifully, and coming together for the care of life, for the transcendence of humanity. So the time is now to put hands, hearts, minds, and spirits into action. Blessings to all, and I call to the Great Spirit to give us enough intelligence, enough capacity to solve this human problem. Hamadi.